Well, I was using it often when they took away my kids, but when I signed them over.
See, now this is where the dishonesty comes.
Right off the bat, this plea hearing feels like an emotional tightrope. You see a young mother standing in front of a judge charged with a nonviolent drug offense, yet the real story unfolds in the margins: 7 children, fractured families, and a system that's supposed to help her get back on her.
5-1, State of Texas versus Ashley Caballero. And probation, this is an application. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Hank Wilkins for the state, Your Honor.
Defense?
Angela Blake.
And are you Miss Caballero?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
Yes, sir.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Caballero, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
The indictment?
Yes, sir.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to show you what's entitled Court Admonishments. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you sign it in all the appropriate places? You're charged with the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram. That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years at the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding?
You heard it, a state jail felony for less than 1 gram. Technically, it's low level, but the punishment can ripple through an entire family. And here's where it gets gut-wrenching. She has 7 kids and another on the way.
With sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
We just request the court waive or probate the entire fine.
All right, the court will probate the fine. Ms. Caballero, how many children do you have?
I have 7.
7? Everyone, please whisper. And what are their ages?
I have 18, 17, 16, 11, 10, 9, and a 7.
Wait, 11, 10,
9,
9.
and 7.
All right, and now you have a baby on the way?
Yes, ma'am.
Watch how they dive into the CPS saga. The judge challenges her version. They give you a year to get your life together, but we know it's not that simple. Completing house repairs and staying clean under the microscope of child services. That's a lifeline, not a babysitting gig.
All right, you're 18, 17, 16, 11, 10, 9, and 7. Where are they?
My 3 oldest are with their dad. My 10-year-old and my 9-year-old are adopted by my cousin. My 11-year-old and my 7-year-old are adopted by my brother.
So because you're saying adopted, I'm assuming there was a CPS case? And what happened with the CPS case?
I voluntarily signed over my rights.
All right, what were they asking you to do that you did not do?
I didn't comply with my house service. I needed 1 room to be completed, and it wasn't completed on time. So
Child Protective Services.
She admits daily use after her children were removed. That moment is so raw it lays bare the cycle of trauma. When the system loses trust, the gap widens, and some turn back to substances just to numb the pain.
Does not have you signing away your rights because of place.
I was doing everything I was supposed to. It's just, it wasn't, my house wasn't completed to get my kids back on time. So it was either the state took them or they voluntarily signed over my rights.
Child Protective Services, that's not the way it works. The way Child Protective Services works. And I would tell you, I think your attorney may have handled child protective. You have not?
Not much.
All right. I've handled plenty of Child Protective Services cases. And what you're telling me, that's not the way it works. You know how it works? They give you a year to get your life together, to try to get your children back. And what ends up happening is you have a babysitter for free for a year. And what they want you to do is not use drugs. They want you sober. They want you to have a place for your children. They want you to be able to financially support your children. Now, if your housing is not ready, because they help you get housing.
Yes, it was just that's what it was, the placement, my housing. It was just, they said that one of the rooms wasn't completely finished because I had to rebuild my rooms.
No, let me just tell you, what you're telling me now is not true. And let me tell you why I say it's not true. Now, that may be a part of it, but that's not the whole reason, because I just told you, Child Protective Services, if you need housing for your children, guess what? They will help you get housing for your children. If there's a problem with the house where you're staying at,
Mhm.
where maybe it's not up to code, guess what? Child Protective Services will help you get your house up to code. They do all of that. But if your house is not up to code, if you're moving a man in that you're not supposed to be moving in, and if you're still doing drugs, no, Child Protective Services is not giving your child back. And they will give you a year to get your act together. And if you have your act together within that year, but you still need a little thing, like for example, you're telling me you need your housing, they will extend it. So the fact that all these children you have, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you don't have any of them in your custody and all of them were adopted out, that tells me not only did you not do anything within a year, and the fact that they didn't extend you, because it doesn't sound like they extended you, that means that you were not doing anything. And now you're about to have another child. Are you employed?
No,
When's the last time you had employment?
5 years ago.
I'm sorry,
5 years ago.
5 years ago. And is the father of this child the same father of your other children?
No, ma'am.
Who's the father of the 18-year-old?
His dad, Christopher
Christopher?
Solis.
So Christopher is the father of 18, 17, and 16-year-old. Who's the father of the 11-year-old?
Daniel Delaveres,
Who's the father of the 10 and 9-year-old?
the same.
And the 7-year-old?
Same.
And this child.
No, not this one.
So how often are you using meth?
Well, I was using it often when they took away my kids, but when I signed them over.
See, now this is where the dishonesty come in. I asked you, why were your rights taken away from you? And what did you tell me? Housing. And I even told you I've done CPS cases and they don't just take it away for housing. Now you come back with, I was using when they took my children away and I signed.
After I got my kids taken from me.
Yeah.
That's when I
So,
started using meth.
How many times were you using meth?
After they took my kids, I was using it an everyday thing.
All right. And how many times were you using it before?
Then comes the accident. Her 7-year-old falls from a balcony. No parent wants that call. In a heartbeat, CPS steps in, and that's when everything unravels.
CPS even got involved in
I
your life?
wasn't using anything
Oh, so why did CPS get involved in your life?
because my daughter had an accident.
Which daughter?
My youngest, my 7-year-old.
What accident did she have?
She fell from the second floor balcony to down the second.
Listen to the judge's monologue on responsibility. You haven't raised a single one. You just can't go through this world having children and wanting somebody else to support them. Harsh, but it underscores the stakes. This isn't just about a drug charge. It's about whether she can ever rebuild a family.
Second floor balcony under the father's watch.
Okay. So let me explain something to you. Children cannot support themselves. And it appears to the court that you're just having children and allowing somebody else to support them. For example, if I were to have a child, I can't say, oh, cute baby, and then put them at Travis Park and say, good luck to you. And that's what you've been doing with all of your children. You haven't raised a single one of them and you haven't been working. So let me just tell you, I'm gonna help you with that. And I don't know why you're getting attitude with me. You haven't raised any of your children. None of your children are with you. You have an 18-year-old, 17. Here's the thing. You have an 18-year-old, 17-year-old, 16-year-old, 11-year-old, 10-year-old, 9-year-old, 7-year-old, and none of them are with you.
And then deferred adjudication. 4 years probation, parenting classes, random drug tests. It's a second chance, but it's heavy. Every misstep could mean a return to jail.
Not raising them. You haven't been working. You just told me in 5 years. You haven't been financially supporting any of them. Now you have a baby on the way. But I'm going to help you with that. So I'm going to sentence her to 4 years deferred adjudication. There's going to be a TAP evaluation in custody. And she's to follow all recommendations of TAP. Other than this felony case, does she have any other felonies
Not on her, well, pending, Your Honor, or in her record.
on her record?
I believe she has one other felony. on
For
her
what?
record. I'm not.
Unauthorized use of a vehicle.
Okay, I know it's a state jail felony, Your Honor. She says unauthorized use.
All right, she's going to do a TAP evaluation in custody. All the recommendations will be followed. If TAP says that she's not to do inpatient treatment,
I feel for her. A pregnant mom, no job in 5 years, facing a gauntlet of conditions. This probation is designed to protect the kids, but it demands near-perfect compliance.
Before she's released, we're going to come back to court and find out what treatment program she needs to be in with whatever treatment court that's available. You're going to get employment. Proof of it. And I understand if it ends up being a difficult pregnancy, which I hope it will not be,
It already is.
then we will do something about the employment. I know my mom worked until 9 months.
I know she's explained it to me, she's already a high risk.
All right. There's going to be proof of employment within 45 days of release. And if she can't work, then she'll need to find she need to have a doctor's excuse. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Once she's released, I'm going to want random field visits, 1 time per month until further notice. We're going to do the UA hotline until further notice. 200 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes. Make sure that's intensive parenting classes. And once she completes that, the community service hours will be waived. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. She is not allowed to reside in any home with minors. There's a $500 fine that will be probated. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. How far did you go in school?
I went up to the 10th grade
Why didn't you graduate?
because I was going down the route path.
Okay. And do a gang evaluation on her, please. Probation, is there anything else she needs? Anything else you need from the court?
No, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand? All right, and did you review the trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal with your attorney, and did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. I know you probably say Stephanie Boyd is being hard on me, but somebody needs to be hard on you, because you just can't go through this world having children and wanting somebody else to support them. And that's what's been happening. You can't go through this world and not have employment. The only people who are allowed to not really have employment are eccentric, wealthy people, because they already have the money. But you're going to have to get a job. You can't be finding yourself now. You know the reason why you don't have time to find yourself? Because you have all these children and you continue to have more children. So it's going to have to stop. You understand?
Yeah, I do.
All right. Good luck to you.
The judge's last words, somebody needs to be hard on you, hit like a hammer. It's tough love, but is it enough, or is it another layer of pressure on someone already pushed to the edge? That tension, that human struggle is what makes this case so powerful.